Hi, it's Sandra. Welcome to another episode of Asexualized, my asexual life. This is a place to be for educating about asexuality, all things asexual. I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit the great big subscribe button right now. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now. I post a new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you're enjoying the content, if you'll find it useful, helpful, insightful in any way, shape or form, or even entertaining. Just want to give this channel some light love. I really appreciate it. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to everyone in my community here, because I've now got over 100,000 views. Over 100,000 views. I went over that a short while ago, so I'm really pleased. That's a phenomenal achievement, and I'm just so grateful for every single person who's shared a video, who's liked video, who's commented, who's interacted in any way, shape or form with these videos. I couldn't have done it without you. You know, to get over 100,000 views, you know, for asexuality is just incredible, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for literally supporting this channel and being on here. I just really appreciate you, every single one of you. Every interaction gets the algorithm going up, which gets more views on my channel. Even the haters, you know, all those people that decide to troll my channel and decide to leave comments that aren't really appropriate and decide to give a thumbs down, every single one of them counts towards an interaction on my videos, which then boosts the videos up in the search engine rankings and actually gets more visibility on my channel. So the haters, if they really hate my channel, then they're not really going away right way about, you know, like hating it, because they're actually really helping it. But anyway, thank you to all the haters. Like I said, they really leave the love the most. And I love all the people that love this channel and that interact and that, you know, that have their own opinions and share their wisdom and knowledge. Thank you so much. You're so beautiful. If you didn't know who I am, if you are new to this channel, I'm Sandra Bellamy. I'm author of this book, Asexual Perspectives, which is out on Amazon. It's got 47 asexual real life stories in it, and it discusses all matters of love, life and sex from an asexual point of view. So what asexuals really think of sex, you know, if they've tried it or not, what they really... Oh, hi Heather, lovely to see you, and thanks for the thumbs up. I really appreciate you being here. Thank you so much, and thanks so much on the thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Yeah, over 100,000 views now. It's incredible. So yeah, this book is 47 real asexual stories about what asexuals think of love, life and sex. So that's great. And I'm also a founder of asexualise.com and the founder of Asexualise Academy. And I am getting more people messaging me and saying the videos really help them, and they've seen me on my show. Hello Cameron. I'm really good, thanks. This channel's gone over 100,000 subscribers now, so I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, everything's going really great, thank you. So today I am going to talk about what the title of this video is basically that yeah, I decided not to actively pursue a relationship, and this is what happened. I'm about to tell you, but I just want to say a big thank you to one of my best friends today, Andy, who I met up with. So it's absolutely awesome when you meet up with other asexuals, and I highly recommend it. I had an absolutely fantastic day with Andy. Thank you for the thumbs up. And now I'm going to talk about my shocking results of basically not proactively seeking a relationship any longer. Now, before aromantic awareness week that I did covered over the last 7 days, I decided I wasn't going to actively seek a relationship anymore. Hello, Ray, lots of love to you. Nice to see you. I know you're really busy at the moment, so Heather, Cameron and Ray, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, over 100,000 views, Ray, on this channel now. I can't believe it. It's incredible. So I thank every single one. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thanks so much for all the support and everything. I really appreciate you all from the bottom of my heart. And on with today's videos anyway. So I decided to not actively pursue a relationship anymore. I've decided my career is first this year. I'm really happy being single. So much. Thanks, Ray. Yeah, it's really good. Over 100,000 views for asexuality. It's pretty incredible. I've never had that before on a channel. So, and I'm on here all the time, as you know, so it's really positive. Over 600 subscribers now, over 100,000 views. Congratulations on your recent milestone. Thank you, Cameron. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much. So I thought I wouldn't actively pursue a relationship. Now, if you know this channel, if you followed it, I've been YouTubing on this channel since 2015. I joined asexual dating sites in 2014. So I've been on these asexual dating sites. I've been actively seeking a relationship pretty much since 2014. So we're now in 2020 when I'm recording this. And obviously that is a long time to be seeking a relationship. This is my 6th year of looking for a relationship, right? So I decided I don't think I'm in the right financial position or business position at the moment where I want to be in career-wise. I've got a lot of stuff I want to sort out, looking after myself at the moment. So I've decided, and it was getting to the stage where it's becoming a bit painful seeking a relationship. It was kind of becoming a bit upsetting that I hadn't got this soulmate. So I do believe my soulmate's Indian. But obviously, I definitely think he's a younger foreign guy. And I always think you should go with your intuition. I think you should follow it. But if there comes to a stage where you're kind of feeling upset about the whole thing, you're not feeling good about it anymore, it's time to stop and take time out. Yeah. Sometimes you have to realize that pursuing a relationship, it isn't the right time for you at the moment. Maybe you have to take time out for yourself. Maybe you just need to spend more time self-loving, self-discovering, and, literally spending more time on your own and focusing on your own life, right? And so I was on the mingle2.com site, as you know. I'm still on there, but I didn't check into it since I was ill. I checked into it yesterday for the very, very first time. So that's about a month ago. And I've only had like about eight messages on there because I've put categorically I don't want sex, and there's only one person in the UK out of all those 8 messages. I mean, 8 messages. I got 320 something matches where they've seen my photograph and want it, and this is in about a month. But in terms of I think it's the 28th of January, something like that. So it's about 3 weeks, isn't it, really, that I've been off there. And so, I had 8 messages, but 8 messages, not very much. Only one lives in the UK, and he's just a guy that fancies me, but just chats to me like a mate a bit sometimes. So I decided, I'm not going to keep going back on there. I just wanted to check in because I had this message and I thought I'll just check in to see how it's doing. I've no need to be on there. They're all sexuals. But there's always hope that someone might find me that's asexual, right? So, and I might need that for research for later on for something, my other new brand, which will come out maybe not even this year, maybe next year. I don't know. Anyway, so that's really good. So that's parked. So I haven't been doing that. So I haven't been actively pursuing. Instead of going on asexual dating sites, looking, ferociously at people's profiles and thinking why can't I find the right guy? It's all the same guys, which clearly it is, right? And instead of being on ASAP all the time, instead of literally searching for ages and hours for the right guy, I just stopped doing all that, right? That doesn't mean to say that if the right guy came along that I wouldn't be receptive to it. It doesn't mean to say that if a guy messages me, I won't be receptive to it. It doesn't mean to say that I'm taking myself completely out of the dating game. It means that I'm not actively pursuing a relationship myself. So I'm not pushing forward anymore like I was doing before, right? Which is different for me, right? But I think it's good for me. I think I had to get rerouted back into my single life, being happy being single again, reprogramming my mind to be happy being single. I mean, there's loads of benefits. A part of me felt really relieved, to be quite honest with you. Ray, I done the same thing. Yeah, it's good, Ray, sometimes to just take time out, isn't it? So I felt this sense of relief, the relief that I don't have to think about being in a relationship per se anymore. And it's just relief. I don't have to have that burden, that worry, that stress, that drama, and the pain, because it was causing me upset, right? It becomes very frustrating after a while. And I think as an asexual person, you can feel really upset and in pain sometimes. And when you're doing that, it's not going to be healthy to go into a relationship with that type of feeling and energy anyway. And really, it's not going to be good for your self-esteem and your confidence. So I feel I need to work on other areas of my life, right? And my career is the most important thing. It was the most important thing before. And, I've kind of gone back to that, right? And in a lot of ways, I'm very much suited to the single life, right? I'm very independent. I don't want to live with a guy. I don't need sex. Don't need marriage. Don't need kids. Don't want kids. Don't want marriage. Don't want sex. And I'm up to like 4 in the morning of the time. I love living my life backwards. I love sleeping in the day. I love waking up at night and doing my work. I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of projects this year that I need to get done. You know, I've just completed my Asexual Meetup Mastery course. That's being checked over by someone who's like the first person to go through it, and then it will be released to all the other asexuals who want to buy it. So that's taken me since September 2019 to now we're on the 23rd. Well, I finished it yesterday, the 22nd of February 2020. You know, it's taken me months to do that course, which I didn't expect, but it's a master, you know, it's Asexual Meetup Mastery. There's 19 parts to it, and there's like over 70 videos. Last time I counted, there was over 70 as far as I know. It was 60, and then another 10 I think has gone on since then. So anyway, it was really like a lot of work, right? So the first person's going in there, they're going all through it, they're really excited about it. They already hold meetups actually, but even if you already hold asexual meetups, there's still so much you can learn, because I go into the different platforms of how, you know, like to literally what to say on different platforms of how I get people to my meetups. I get people traveling all over the UK, hundreds of miles to come to my meetups. Ray, my job is more important. Yeah, your job is more important, Ray. Saving dogs' lives is far more important than dating and relationships. It really is. Ray does absolutely amazing stuff, I have to say. Ray saves dogs' life. He saves them from being hurt, physically hit. He literally, you know, saves them from dying because someone's maltreated them. He has a unique gift. And I just want to share it with the world. Ray's a very important person in this world. Without him, a lot of dogs would die and would be really in a lot of pain and hurt, and he saves them. You know, like, it brings tears to my eyes nearly how much he loves dogs and saves their life. I've never known anyone so dedicated to a cause, and he's got a special gift with dogs. Very special gift, that the ones that can feel very upset and angry, he can just turn around like that. Incredible friend, Ray. You are a credible guy. You know, you've got a greatest gift in the world. I'm glad you're using it, because that's what you're born to do. You know, it's really important. You do such important work. You know, saving lives is important. Animals have just as much right to have a happy life than as humans. You know, we all should be happy on this planet Earth. So anyway, going back, so what has happened, right? So I thought, you're welcome, Ray. So I thought, right, then I'm not actively pursuing a relationship, and I'm like, what am I going to do about my channel, right? Because I talk about dating and relationships on here a lot, right? I'm still going to answer your dating relationship questions. I'm admin of 5 asexual groups, 3 of which are dating. So there's still questions coming through from there, which they can then do a video about some of the questions to give answers, so that you know, that can help people worldwide rather than just in my group. So I'll still be doing that type of thing. But I thought, what happened last time that you didn't actively pursue a relationship? So the last time I didn't actively pursue a relationship was 2012, because I split up with my last long-term ex in 2011. It was 2012 when I decided that I wouldn't even date for a year. I would try not to do anything for a whole year, right? That's why I really cut everything off that year. But when that happened, I had usually 3 guys pursuing me at once, right? I wasn't even doing anything. 3 guys, including coming into my work, right? So I thought this time, probably, I just thought it randomly, that probably, even though I'm not actively pursuing anymore, I'll probably still have guys after me, because I usually do anyway, right? And so, yeah, it's shocking results. Like, I kind of had the most guys after me that I've had in a long time and interested in me. It's kind of really, really weird. So the fact I'm not actively pursuing anymore means more guys are kind of coming more to me. So this is kind of cool. So what's been happening, there's been a guy who watches this channel who's not asexual, and yes, he thinks I'm attractive, but he knows he can't have a relationship with me because I'm asexual and he's sexual. But he started messaging me again, asking me how things were going. He commented on a previous videos, and he hasn't spoken to me for about a year. So he's taken interest, even though, you know, it's not really to do with dating and relationships as such, because he knows he couldn't be with me in that, because he needs sex and I don't. But interesting that he's just shown up, right? There was a guy I did message on Asexuality, so I'm not completely not messaging anyone, but I did message this guy on Asexuality, and I said to him, if you're in the UK, I hold asexual meetups in the UK, because I noticed he likes traveling, and if you come to the UK, you know, basically, do you live in the UK, or do you travel to the UK, and you're welcome to come to an asexual meetup. So he then said to me, that yes, he was in the UK not so long ago for like a month in London. So that was really interesting. Then he started talking to me about kissing. I can see you I guess you like kissing. So obviously he was a bit interested in me romantically as well. So that was really interesting. Heather, I like listening. Oh, bless you. So that was really, really interesting that he started talking about that. But I like kissing much more than he does, and he lives in another country. So that was no good. So this is like two people. Now there's a guy on asexuality.org, random guy, right? Never spoke to this guy before in my entire life, right? And I noticed I was on asexuality.org, and I noticed the people that looked at my profile. So I went and clicked through their profiles just to see what they're about, because I find it quite interesting to see who's checking me out, right? So I didn't at that point, I didn't message anyone. And then this guy, because you can on asexuality.org, you can see who's viewed you usually. And he said I couldn't, it depends what your settings are, but I've got my settings on who I'm viewing and who's viewing me. And anyway, he noticed I looked through his profile, and he wrote me a message saying, I can't believe, you're an author of an asexual book, you're famous, you've got a blog, that I know you from Asexualitic, and I saw you checking out my profile. I feel so honored that you're so cute and pretty. I just had to message you, and I feel so honored you're checking out my profile. And he wrote me this long message, and on his profile it says I am a half asexual and half sexual, which obviously it's like, can you really be both of them? Do you know what I mean? So I don't want to tell him what he is or isn't. It's up to people to define themselves basically in their life. So I said, what does that mean? So, and I've since found out he's a sexual guy that likes to be in a relationship where sex is forbidden, in a nutshell. I'm not going to go into the specific details because it's kind of like personal, but he's very attracted to me, and but he lives in the USA on a boat. But he said to me, if I was in the UK, I would already have a crush on you, and it'd be lovely to hang out with a beautiful woman like you. And, so clearly, out of the blue, he's super attracted to me and interested in me romantically, and if he was in the UK, he said he would, but I don't even know how old he is. I can't even see a picture of him. So he's older than in his 20s. But yeah, so that was really interesting, because he's been messaging me every day, basically every day since. So quite in-depth conversations we have. So that is quite interesting. So he's been interested in me. And then I think I told you quite a few weeks ago now that I went to a networking event. And at this networking event, there was a young foreign guy in my city where I live. He's 24 years old and beautiful coloured skin. He's not Indian. He is foreign though. He's Egyptian actually. And he works in my city, and he's been in the UK for 3 years, so he doesn't intend to return to his country apart from holidays. And he's an engineer, and he's quite intelligent. He's in my city, right? And I met him at a business networking event. And he was the one that was interested in coming to an asexual meetup, despite the fact he's not asexual, because he was interested in asexuality and find out more about it. So that was really cool. But when we're having text message conversations, in the text message conversations, basically he doesn't like text messaging. He prefers to talk in person. Well, that's all really good and well, but I don't know if he likes me romantically or if it's just a friend he wants or what. But I have a feeling he fancies me, but I'm not sure whether it's fancy me friends or just wants a friend in this country, in this city. I don't know how long he's been in this city for, even though he's been in this country for 3 years. He has been studying prior to that. So I don't know if he's looking for a friend or what he's looking for. But, basically when I was text messaging him, he decided that he didn't really, I felt like he wasn't really into text messaging me back. It was kind of like he was going through the motions, right? And so eventually he did say, I prefer like talking in person, and if I'm going to text message it be in like PM, whereas most of my life's in AM. And it's kind of like, and yeah, he was basically saying that, he's not really into text messaging talking in person, and I was saying, well, I'm a writer. The written word's very, very important to me, and written word's just as important as speaking to someone in person. and if he feels that he's not interested in me messaging him, that's fine. I'll go and message other people that value me and that want to hear from me, so that's okay. That's absolutely fine. I wished him well because I knew he was going on holiday, and basically, that was kind of it. If you want to meet up with me like you say you do, fine. Like, otherwise I'm not gonna speak to you. Basically, I'm not gonna text you anymore. That was the end of that. And I didn't really expect to hear from him. I mean, I'm Facebook friends with him, but he doesn't speak on Facebook Messenger either. He doesn't like that. So, which is very different to me. And so I thought when he went away on holiday, and I thought he should have been back. And I just thought I hadn't heard from him. I thought that's fine. I don't even know if he'll stay friends with me if I don't hear from him. That's fine. I'll just move on, right? And just carry on with my life. No doubt I'll meet some other guys at business events or whatever. And then out of the blue, he messaged me this week saying I'm back a couple of days ago. I'm back from holiday now. And can you meet with me next Tuesday or Wednesday? He wants to meet for a drink. And he's picked the place. So I'm meeting him on Wednesday this coming week at 7:30 for a drink in a really posh place. So that's going to be very interesting. So yeah, I don't know if he likes me romantic or not, but I know that he said in a previous message, I'll definitely message to see you, to know you more, and to meet up with you in person to know you more. So he seemed kind of keen in that way. So I don't know, because obviously he's the age group I like. He's really the look I like. Short dark hair, clean shaven, thin. He's not Indian, but he's still foreign. Aesthetically very beautiful. Age, tensions. But I mean, again, if a guy can't, doesn't like me messaging him, it's just like, it's not really going to work romantically anyway. I can't be doing with a guy like that. I mean, all my friends, including Ray, who was busy today with his work, even he's messaging me. Well, he's really, really busy with his work, So if a guy can't even be bothered to message me and not really into that, that's fine. So I'm going to meet up with him, and if he wants to like lead the meeting up and going out on the chat, it'll be interesting to see what he has to say, because obviously I don't know if he's meeting me up with me for romantic purposes possibly, or if he's meeting me as a potential just friend, or if he's meeting, I don't know why, but usually he's not asexual himself. So usually when a guy who's not asexual meets up with someone who's of the opposite gender that he's attracted to, it would usually have some romantic inclination. Do you know what I'm saying? It's usually not all like, let's just be friends type thing, but I don't know. So he was giving me some sense that he liked me, because he was asking me about how younger guy would I be with, like 10 or 20 years, for example. And that's kind of a very leading question. He's 24. I said the last guy I was with was 23. So yeah, that was kind of like very interesting, especially when he said he'd like to know me more. So I don't know, but I wouldn't be happy to be with someone if they just decide, well, I don't want to text you for days and then I'll meet up with you. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, that's okay for a casual friendship, really, like an acquaintance person. You might meet up with them once a month or whatever. That's okay from that scenario, but it's no good in romantic relationship terms. So I don't know what he's got in mind. But it'll be interesting. It'll be very, very interesting for me to actually meet up with a 20-year-old, beautifully aesthetic looking guy who is my look, and go for a drink in a really nice, sophisticated bar, where it's like part of it's got a hotel with it. It's a pub and hotel, and have that experience, because it's kind of what I've always wanted to experience. But I've stopped actively pursuing a relationship, and I've kind of got a scenario in part, which is what I wanted in the first place. So that's been very, very interesting. Very interesting. So I'll see how that goes. And I'll park that idea for now, And then I went out dancing to a place I've never been before with a meetup group. I've never met people. There were like about 8 different people there. And at the end, the music stopped and we ended up all chatting. And there was 3 guys that ended up talking about asexuality, what I do for asexuals, about my asexual perspectives book. I was explaining what asexuality is. And there was actually a foreign guy there, but he was asking me if I could compromise. And I said, no, that'd be like self-abuse, So I don't know if he was interested in a relationship or not. But there was another guy who walked part of the way home with me, because he ended up living just around the corner from me. And he asked me if I could be in a relationship he asked me if I would have to be in a relationship with another asexual, who, you know, like what type of relationship I'd be after, basically. And I said, well, it would have to be would it have to be someone who's asexual and who's out to the world, basically, about being asexual? And I said, well, yeah, really, because sexuals usually need sex. And he's like, oh yeah. So I think he was kind of finding out if I could be with someone who wasn't asexual. Maybe him, I think, maybe. But you know, I could possibly be with a heterosexual, but not if the heterosexual wants sex, because I want monogamy, and that's no good. So yeah, so I've had kind of all this interest from different guys, and big news, right? So last night, or the early hours this morning, I got accepted into a group on Facebook that I applied for a long time ago. I can't even remember when I applied for it. And it's Indian Asian guys in the UK, specifically in the UK, which obviously I want an Indian guy for a relationship in the UK, and I want him to already be in the UK, not like miles away. And obviously I'm not actually Indian, and as you know, I like Indian guys, and I get so fed up of the guys that are not asexual, that are in foreign countries, that are like trying to get me to marry them or be in a relationship with them for a visa. Obviously some guys in this group could still be after a visa, because just because they're in the UK doesn't mean to say they may stay here permanently, although quite a lot of them are, as far as I know. And it doesn't mean to say that, you know, they don't want marriage and kids, because a lot of them probably do, because they're not asexual. But I was accepted into the group, and so far I've had 7 Indian guys message me in like less than 12, well, I think it's less than 12 hours. And it's like credible. And all these guys live in the, as far as I know, all these guys live in the UK. And it's like, wow, 7 Indian guys at once, because I put a post in there because I thought, even though I'm not actively pursuing, I'm going to grab this opportunity, because, you know, because I'm not Indian, obviously, and I thought I wouldn't get accepted into group. I can't even remember when I applied for it now. It might have been last year sometime. And I thought, you know, they're only going to accept Indian. Thank you, Heather. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm so glad you're happy for me. I love you to bits. Thank you so much for your support. And it was just incredible. So I just didn't expect it. So all I put, because I thought, I'm not Indian, I don't want to get checked out the group in case they haven't really checked my profile out and they're not really sure. So I literally put that basically I'm looking for a serious committed relationship. I don't want sex, I don't want marriage, I don't want kids. I'm hetero asexual. And the first guy that messaged me, he knew what asexuality was. He said, oh, so does that, I'm guessing the fact you're asexual means, I'm guessing in your sexual orientation that means you don't have any sex. And I said, yes, correct. So I didn't even have to tell him what asexuality was. And then he said, when did you find out your sexual orientation? And I said, 2014. So he was really nice. You know, he was asking me intelligent questions, not like, oh, like I had one Indian guy and he's like, oh, why do you want to be like that? You know, not have sexual attraction. I said, because I don't experience sexual attraction. It's a sexual orientation. Oh, hi, Andy. Back home now. Hi, Ray and Tundra and Heather. Oh, that's nice to see you. I was just explaining all what's happened, and shocking. So everything's gone off since I decided not to actively pursue a relationship. I got more people after me for a relationship than any other time, and things that are just I put in place a while ago is just all over, cascaded like a domino, you know. So yeah, 7 Indian guys so far messaged me, and this first guy, like I said, he was very intelligent. He already knew what asexuality was. Do you know what I mean? He already knew what asexuality was. And you know, and then there was another guy, like I said, he was saying, you know, why do you have to be like that? And I was like, it's my sexual orientation. You know, I don't get the need, urge, or want for partner sexual intercourse. And then when I told him I was a speaker at the UK Asexuality Conference in London in 2018, he just shut up then, because obviously if someone's been a speaker going to a major event like that and they talk about asexuality, obviously it's real. It's a real thing. So it just stops people in their tracks. It just stops people saying nonsense like, why are you like that? Right. And so, you know, I'm just so happy that I've actually got the opportunity to possibly be with an Indian guy in the UK. I think if an Indian guy lived near me, because a lot of these live in London, although I love London, I think if an Indian guy lived near me, he would probably be more interested in me, because he'd be probably just interested in meeting up with me. It's because they're like, a lot of them live really far away in London. But I mean, the right guy won't care about that, you know. But I just put a simple post. I also put in a comment on my own post, because because it boosts it up. I don't know if you know about Facebook and how it works, but if you comment on your own post, it boosts it up, the visibility, because more comments you get. So I actually put that if you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer them, and also you can PM me. And that's how come I've got like 7 people messaging me. I was like, really good. Like, you know, I mean, one phoned me up, one guy, the guy that was really interested in me in the beginning, he said, I'll phone you up I'll buzz you now if you want, but I couldn't do that because I was on my live stream last night and I didn't see his message till afterwards. And then another guy actually phoned me up straight away today, but he said, oh, in your profile you said that on Facebook Messenger, this is on your profile, you said you didn't want sex, marriage or kids, and he was looking for like that type of thing. He was looking for marriage and kids and all the rest of it. And I said, no, I'm not looking for sex, marriage or kids. That's what's in my, you know, that's what I post about, and that's true. So I said, if you're looking for sex, marriage and kids, there's no point in keeping communicating. And he said, oh, we can be friends. And I said, well, I'm actually looking for a relationship, because me being friends with an Indian guy usually just doesn't work, because I end up fancying them, they end up fancying me, and it gets very awkward. You know, it's like I can't just really be friends with an Indian guy, especially as I'm a hyper romantic usually, you know. So, and there has been some Indian guys in that group that have approached me. They're older than, most of them are older than I'd usually go for. One says he could be without sex, but he looks much older. You know, he's probably a really nice guy. And he said, sex is not important to me, but he's just too old looking for me. I just can't, you know. And there's another guy, you know, but they're more professional now. A lot of them are into business. They're business guys. A lot of them, you know, are wearing suits and all that type of thing. So, you know, it's really, really, really important that, oh, thank you, Frey. I could always move. Oh, bless. So, yeah, sorry, I just have to do some, yeah, that's fine. Sorry, I just have to do some moderating while I'm talking to you guys. So, very interesting. Right, okay. Right, so hang on a minute. Sorry, I'm just doing some moderating. I do apologize. Right. Right, anyway. Oh, hang on a minute. I just need to do something. Right. Okay. Anyway, so back to talking about what I was talking about. Yeah, so I'm fine. It's, you know, really, really good. The fact I've stopped acting, it's okay. Trolls out. Keep going. Thank you. Yeah, so basically, yeah, so much has happened, you know. I've basically meeting the guy on Wednesday. We're going for a drink. I've got the guy on asexuality.org who's still messaging me. I've got all these Indian guys that are interested in me. So kind of like, you know, like kind of the opposite's happened. I've stopped actively pursuing a guy, and then all of a sudden I've got loads of guys interested in me, and so this is quite incredible. It's really, really good. So yeah, it's really, really, really amazing, and I'm really, really pleased that, you know, that this has happened, really, because it's kind of like, well, I don't really have to do anything. Do you know what I mean? I don't have to do anything at all. So, you know, it's really, really good. Yeah, sorry, I just keep having to moderate a minute. So yeah. So yeah, it's really, really good. And so yeah, I recommend that maybe do that if you're feeling really like kind of upset, pain over relationships and stuff like that. I think it's time to just take a step back, focus more on yourself, self-love. Tomorrow I saw Andy today, as I told you at the beginning of this video. I had an absolutely amazing day. It's so good to spend time with asexual friends, especially best friends. I'm Skyping my best friend Sam tomorrow night. I'm going out, should be going out clubbing Tuesday night, back to clubbing again, and then Wednesday I'm seeing this guy in my city. So this is all good stuff. And obviously I've just finished the Asexual Meetup Mastery course, which I know Annie's going to go through before I release it to everyone. So that's incredible. That's taken me a lot of time. And so things are really good. I can get back to my Asexual Guide to Sex book this week that I haven't worked on for some time because I've been focused on the Asexual Me Up Mastery course. And yeah, it was amazing, says Andy. Oh, thank you. I always have a good time with you. And so, yeah, I went to the museum in Exeter, so that was great. So, you know, I think sometimes you just need to take time out. It is hard because I am a hyper romantic. It is very difficult not to get romantic feelings and have lots of attractions going on because it's who I am, you know, I can't really help that. But so, you know, I think it's good to like say, hey, I'm happy being single right now. I really love my single life. I'm really, really thoroughly happy to be single again. Like I said, it's shocking how relieved I feel that I don't have to be in a relationship at the moment, that I actually saying to myself, well, for now, I'm actually better at not being in a relationship. I'm better at not pursuing a relationship. I'm better at just being me and just sorting out all my career stuff, like all the projects, get them finished one by one that I've got, you know, and just literally get a lot of productivity done this year. The more productive I am, the more stuff I get done, the more projects I get done, the more I'm going to feel really, really good about myself and about life in general. And the more I'm just gonna, you know, just gonna be fulfilling my dreams. And I think really that's what I need to do, take time out to fulfill my dreams. A guy can wait, a guy can come later, you know. I mean, for some reason I seem to be in a real rush before, and I don't know, you know, I think it's because my mind went back to its default. So kind of like if you're born and you're been in relationships since a young age, your default tends to be that your mind thinks you need to, well, not totally need to be in a relationship now, but your mind defaults back to a relationship status all the time, like in your mind, you know. And what I find is hard between the reprogramming I did in 2012, I reprogrammed my mind to be happy being single, which I hadn't experienced before in my life, and because I always used to need a guy. But in 2012 I actually spent pretty much from November 2011 to October 2012, I didn't actually be in a relationship with anyone or even date anyone for a year. So that was really good. But you know, like unless you keep that new ideology rewired into your brain, unless you keep that up, it can be very difficult to maintain. So what I used to do is have post-it notes all over my wall, and wardrobes and stuff. And it used to be, I'm happy being single. I used to say it loud in the mirror. That's how I reprogrammed my mind. But when I got into a relationship last year briefly with the British guy, I took those type of notes down, because when I'm thinking about getting into a relationship, or I am in a relationship, my brain is then wired to be single. Then I feel weird about being in a relationship. It's like, well, I shouldn't be in a relationship because I'm not as happy as I am single. So in order to be comfortable being in a relationship, it's really weird. I took those notes down, and I think I left one or two up, which was faded, right? And so I've had to like redo them, put loads more notes on. I've got one on my wardrobe, one on that wardrobe, one there, that mirror that you can see now, one in the toilet mirror. So wherever I am, two in the toilet actually. So wherever I am, it's just, I'm happy being single. I'm very happy to be single. I'm really happy being single. And that gets back in my mind again and reminds me of why it's so much less hassle, less drama being a single person. And also it's very, very interesting because I watch a lot of dating coaches because I need to help you guys with dating relationships. I need to help myself with dating relationships. And even though, like I said, I'm not actively pursuing, clearly still dating relationships is going to be a kind of big part of my life going forward still in some ways. And so, you know, I really think it's essential that I try and keep a sensible head as I possibly can on me by reminding myself of how good it feels to be single. And, you know, and feeling that relief that, you know, I don't have to be tied to anyone or anything. But yeah, what I was going to say is I've been watching a lot of dating and relationship coaches lately, and I noticed a pattern of they're always coaching women, usually, not usually men. And one particular channel, the women are like, well, why aren't you coaching men? You know, men need to be better in general, you know. I mean, obviously there's men that come on here, like Ray's a good guy, Andy's a good guy, you know. They know what, you know, they're good people, right? But there's a lot of guys out there that sadly aren't good. And even the dating coaches admit that are guys, right? And so there was one particular video I was watching last night. I've also asked another dating coach, this is, why don't you coach men? It's because women get a load of this, which is quite shocking. Women will more likely change. They want to develop and grow themselves into being a better person. They're more willing to change. Whereas a guy, in general, their pride gets in the way and they don't want to change. And so they don't make change. And a lot of them just want to have sex. This is even what this guy said last night, the dating coach. A lot of them want to have sex and have loads of money. If they've already getting lots of sex and money, they don't want to listen to anything else because they're getting their two needs met, which is what a lot of them need. And so they don't think about being a good guy. All they care about is that. And if they got it, he said, if you do courses on like how much sex they can get, then they sell really well. If you're a coach on how much sex to get, that's what you make your money out of. But if you're trying to coach guys to be a good guy, a lot of them don't want to change and be a good guy. They'd rather just stay as they are. And that, you know, they got such pride that, you know, they just don't think they need to change. So, can you still see me? Because my camera's gone off now, so I can't see it. It's all gone black. So I don't know if you can still see me. Let me know you can still see me, because I'm black at the moment. Ray, I'm just nuts. I think Ray put something, didn't you, about, oh, I can move, didn't you, earlier? Oh, we can see you. Oh, thank you, Andy, for letting me know, because I'm just black again. But I know YouTube has had some problems recently. So, yeah. So I'm glad you can still see me. I can't see anything. All I can see is my reflection, which is very bizarre, but I can still see my lights on. So yeah, so it's been very interesting to hear that from dating coaches. And I asked another guy, a coach, before, like, why is it, you know, are women more likely to change than guys? Is that why you coach women? And they're like, yeah, it is. It's basically, so a lot of it, the time these dating coaches, women have a lot of problems with guys, but it's women that have to change and understand how guys' psychology works in order for them to have a good relationship. It's just absolutely it's absolutely crazy. Oh, Ray can see me, great. It's absolutely crazy. So it just goes to show you how many women, well, even this guy dating coach last night said women are really the stronger ones, because they are willing to change. They are willing to develop and grow themselves and change and do that. But it just shows you how much a lot of the guys out there, sadly, aren't quality guys. And that's why women struggle so much. And the guys, you know, if they have faults and that they don't want to improve, they think there's nothing wrong with them, well, they just carry on anyway because they're getting their fix of money and sex. And although that's really hard to hear, I think it's good to know these things. I think it's good to understand that, because I feel sorry for a lot of women that do go in these dating channels. Obviously, I go on them as well. And a lot of the women, they just get fed up with all the drama, you know, that everything you have to change about yourself to accommodate a guy, you know, and clearly the only reason you've got to do that is because the guy's not willing to change. So if no one changes, no one gets anywhere in life, do they? Well, why should it be the woman that's got to change? Because the bloke won't, so the woman's got to if she wants to be in a relationship with the guy and understand him. But honestly, some of the stuff that they teach and the dating coaches, it's like guys have needs bibs or something. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're babies. I'm not saying this about every guy. I'm just saying in the general sexual population. Obviously, it's an asexual channel. I'm talking about sexual guys, that you know, that are bad guys. Not all sexual guys are bad, you know. But you know, there's more guys that aren't good than you know, there's more guys that aren't good in the world than good guys. There's more guys that are bad than good. That's what I'm saying in terms of relationship, you know. Heather, sad, really. It's really sad. It's really sad because women think there's something wrong with them all the time. Women will default to, like, this guy ghosted me, what's wrong with me? This guy was behaving like this to me, what's wrong with me? This guy did this, what's wrong with me? Why am I always getting bad guys? And it's not the fact there's anything wrong with you a lot of the time. It's a fact that there's a lot of bad guys out there and they're not willing to change themselves. They got sex, they've got money coming, and they think, why should I change? I'm fine the way I am because I'm getting my two needs met. So clearly I'm fine. Whereas women don't. If women hurt someone in general, they worry about it. You know, I've been on that receiving end a lot of the time. Like, oh, what did I do wrong? I didn't do anything wrong. The only thing I did wrong was being with a loser in the first place. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, and so you know, I see so many women like, you know, like thinking it's them, and then of course all these dating coaches are bringing out like ways of understanding a guy's psychology, and it's if a woman's texting him too much, and if a woman's saying this to her. I mean, a genuine guy who really loves a woman will just let her be herself and just have backwards and forwards conversation. I mean, I have conversation like that with Ray, with Andy, and my other best friend Sam, you know, and we just have backwards and forwards conversation. There's no like stupidity or, oh, you can't text them this, oh, you can't say that. I mean, I know I'm not in a relationship with any of those three, so it's can be kind of different, but it shouldn't be. The communication should still be the same quality, you know? And it's just weird. It's just absolute bizarre that you have to, you know, say or do these things. This is not authentic. When you're in a real relationship, there's going to be times when you are going to say something that's not perfect to the guy. Like, why did you chuck your bag down there in the middle of my, I don't know, in the middle of my clean laundry or something? Your dirty bag, put your dirty bag on there. Or why did you like not replace the toilet roll and all this type of thing? Do you know what I mean? You're going to sort of say that. You're not going to go around going, oh, well, darling, I noticed that you know, you didn't put the toilet roll on, and whenever you put the toilet roll on, I just feel like you're really contributing to this household, and you're really amazing to do that, you know, and I really value you, and I really appreciate you doing that. So if you can remember to do that next time, darling, that'd be absolutely perfect. Do you know what I mean? It's like, really, do you have to go around modesty calling guys? Do you know what I mean? It's just like, it's like, you know, have some respect, put the toilet roll on. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I find it so difficult. I'm a very direct person. I don't like faffing around the edges with all this like delicate language. And it seems like men in that way are much more sensitive than women. And they'll retract into their little shells if you don't say exactly the right words to them. I mean, it's just crazy. It's just nuts. I'm thinking, how can you live like that? You know, and there's some other women that are in the chat, you know, on comments just saying, I can't be doing with the drama anymore. I'd rather stay single. You know, why do we have to change? Why do women have to change? Because this all comes down to women changing. We shouldn't have to be the ones that just change. Do you know what I mean? And so I think, particularly on this specific channel, the one recently, you know, he admitted, he said it's because guys don't want to. I'm not taking down my bows. I'm not taking down my bows and arrows. Ha ha. Oh, right. Well, Ray's not changing. Oh, dear. Well, if you're not taking down your bows and arrows, Ray, that's up to you. But, you know, a lot of women won't like that type of thing. Sharp objects, do you know what I mean? And Ray's a guy, so you're proving guys right that they're not going to change for women. But, I mean, I don't like sharp objects. I mean, you know, I've never in the past, like I had one boyfriend who did stuff like that, and I went on a date once, and this guy said that he had sharp objects under his bed. I'm like, I'm not interested. It just freaks me out. I don't like any sharp objects. I don't even like knives in the kitchen. I have the most smallest knives I can have, really, most of the time, and I don't, you know, I use them just for cutting up things I really need to. I don't like lots of knives. I don't like sharp objects. They freak me out. They're too dangerous. You know, you could have an accident slip, or someone could come in the house and use them on you and stuff like that. I don't like that. So, yeah, so Ray's basically backing up the fact that guys don't like to change. Oh, bless you, Ray. So yeah, so I think, you know, like, you know, like, I think I wish that more women were empowered, really. And I think I really do wish that more guys were coached on how to be better guys. I really do, you know, on how to like help women, you know what I mean, and be more caring and loving and thoughtful and sensitive and empathetic. Empathetic, is that the right word? Have empathy, you know? Because I mean, guys do need to have some feminine qualities in order to get on well with a woman, really. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to concentrate on my work, having good friends like you and Sam and Andy. Yes, it's a good idea, Ray. It's a good idea. You don't have to worry about taking down your bows and arrows then if a woman doesn't like it, do you? It's good. Yeah, it's good. I think it's good. And like I said, I'm not actively pursuing a relationship anymore, but obviously being a hyper romantic. Oh, hi, John. It's nice to see you. From Twitter, I know, John. I've been on this stream for nearly an hour now, so I'm coming to near the end of it. But thank you for joining me. Yeah, so it's been very interesting to not be actively pursuing a relationship anymore. Yet I've had all these guys interested in me more than usual, all at one go. So it's been very interesting. So I will keep you posted on what happens with certain things, especially like I said, like actually meeting up with a young foreign guy, a place of his choice. He asked me out in the end for a drink. That's very interesting, you know. It's kind of like something I've always wanted to happen but never actually happened. So yeah, 24-year-old foreign guy, coloured skin, thin, short dark hair, clean shaven, but and into business type of stuff and very intelligent. So that'll be good. But like I said, oh hi John, Ray, I would take them down if I was in a relationship. Oh bless you. But maybe the woman like you to take them down before you're in the relationship to prove, to kind of like prove that you're relationship material, if you know what I mean. But anyway, focus on your work for now. I think it's a better bet. So yeah, I think it's good, like if you are experiencing any sort of like pain pursuing a relationship, if it's getting upsetting for you or frustrating, I think it's kind of good to take some time out for you, like I'm doing now, to really refocus. When I was poorly, because obviously I was off the stream for 2 weeks, I actually spent 2 or 3 days reflecting on like about 7 different aspects of my life and writing everything down, and that really helped me gain clarity. So it was like dating and relationships, career, hobbies, life mission and goals, family and friends, love, you know, all that, spirituality, mission, all that type of thing, you know. And it's really, really good to gain a lot of clarity. And I realised I've got so many projects I need to finish this year that really getting into a relationship is not going to be good for me anyway. And in order to be in a relationship, I would have to be friends with a guy for a very, very long time. And currently, my guy best friend, Andy, and my non-binary best friend, you know, they're into guys. So clearly they're the only 2 people I've got who are really close to me in my life. That, you know, are not suitable for a relationship. Obviously I get on well with Ray as well, but Ray unfortunately is older than I would be aesthetically attracted to, but he's very nice personality and I get on really well with him. He's an amazing guy. So yeah, you know the guys in my current circumstances are, you know, suitable for a relationship. So that means that I'm not going to be getting into a relationship for years anyway, because I'm going to have to know the guy for a long period of time before I ever do. So that pretty much cancels out relationship for the foreseeable future anyway. So in that respect, I need to stop focusing on relationships, stop focusing on pursuing a relationship, and just really focus on me and my goals, ambitions and dreams. And I feel like now I've got the Asexual Me Up Mastery course finished. I can get back to working on the Asexual Guide to Sex book, which is so important for the visibility of asexuality, helping any asexuals who are thinking about having sex for the first time as to whether they should do that or not, make an informed choice decision, with learning from other people's experiences, and also just to understand, like some people just be interested to understand how the asexual brain is different to the sexual brain in terms of sex and wanting it, needing it or not in many cases. And also, you know, it'll be good for people who've got partner, you know, who are partners of asexuals, to understand them better and their attitude and thought and thinking patterns about sex. It were really good for like teachers, family, friends to get the book. I mean, it's an incredible, really incredible book. I couldn't wish for a second best book to follow up to the Asexual Perspectives one, really. I just think it's going to really help as well asexuality in general, because people are going to finally take us more seriously with the Asexual Guide to Sex book. Thank you, Sandra. Thanks, Ray. So, you know, I'm just really looking forward to getting that book done. There's a lot of other projects. I'm going to be launching a new business this year. So I'm going to probably be doing another YouTube channel for that, which I'll be asking loads of you to subscribe to, obviously. And that's going to be hard because I'm going to be keeping this channel up at the same time. That's going to be difficult doing 2 channels. I don't know if I have to do this a little bit less if I do that, but my intention is still to do this channel. I'd be lost without it. I love doing this channel. I love being here for you, you know, and I love helping you as much as possible in your life. It's very important to me, very important mission to me, to help as many asexuals as possible. And like I said, I get private message, you know, people saying, you know, your videos really help me. I got someone from one of my asexual groups the other day, about a week ago, I think it was, saying, hey, I just want to let you know that your videos are really helping me to understand myself better, you know. And that's why I do this channel, you know. I do it for people to really, you know, like understand themselves better, for people to be able to relate, for people to know they're not so alone, for people to understand and spot scammers as well. I do a lot on this channel about spotting asexual scammers. Those are not really asexual, which I'll be talking more about soon, with a specific thing. So, you know, there's a lot on this channel that I think, you know, can help people, and that's why I do it, you know. I think I've got valuable content to share with the world, and it's important that I complete my mission as well to get asexuality recognised as sexual orientation throughout the globe, so no asexual has to live in fear of ridicule ever again. I really honestly think the Asexual Guide to Sex will put asexuality at the forefront of sexuality. You know what I mean? I think it's a book that would just break every type of myth and stereotype that people have around sex in society in general, which is like everyone wants, needs, and likes sex and has to have it and is got the natural need and urge and want for it, which is just simply not true. It's a pile of poop, to be quite honest with you. And the book is going to like prove that in a not a theoretical way, but in a practical, hands-on experience. You know, you're going to experience the minds of the people in the book about what they go through in terms of feelings and thoughts and mindset when they've had sex in the past, and how to help yourself if you actually find yourself in that situation. You know, how to be more assertive, how to have boundaries, you know. And it's very important. Ray, have to go to police here to talk to me. Take care, guys. Oh, bye, Ray. Yeah, I'm going shortly. But bye, yeah. Ray has to do stuff to do with saving dogs, and he has to talk to the police. Lots of love to you, Ray. So yeah, I think there's a lot of shocking stuff that's gone on in a good way. I'm really excited to see what the future holds, both kind of like relationship dating wise. I'm not actively pursuing anymore, but it seems to be going quite well anyway. And interested to see what happens with my meetup with the young guy on Wednesday. That'll be quite interesting. So anyway, I'll love you and leave you for now. I've been a pleasure to have you here. I want to say thank you to everyone who's been in chat tonight. If you did miss some of this video, please go back to the beginning. I love you lots. Thank you for being here. I want to say thank you for the thumbs up. Any more thumbs up is really appreciated, because it really helps these videos get up higher in the search engine rankings, and it really helps spread awareness of asexuality and does some good in the world. So thank you for anyone who gives me a thumbs up. Lots of love, Heather. Lots of love, Cameron. Thank you for taking part. Lots of love, Andy, as always. Lots of love, Ray. And yeah, lots of love, John. And night, Heather. Night, Andy. Night, John. Night, Ray. Night, everyone. Night, Cameron. Lots of love. And I'll see you on the video. Love you lots. Thank you, Heather. Bye.